So my little farm has bought a brand new piece of equipment, well, new to me piece of equipment, a Fast Ag Solutions 7416 sprayer. So last year when I split off from the family farm, I was planning on doing all my spraying with my old high cycle sprayer. And Cody Fast from Fast Ag Solutions saw that and he said, hey, I don't want you bouncing around all day every day in that little sprayer. How about I demo you a new pull behind sprayer, which was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. We've been working with Fast for a few years now. Awesome people to work with. Anyways, they demoed me a 9518 pull behind sprayer. So 1800 gallon tank, 90 foot boom, John Deere rate controller, beautiful sprayer. I absolutely loved it. It did fantastic. And at the end of the year, he offered to let me purchase it, but for my little 220 acre farm, it was just a little bit too much money. And as beautiful as a sprayer as it was, it just didn't make financial sense on my 220 acres here. So my uncle, my mom's side, that farms down in Iowa, a little bit southeast of us here, contacted me and he said, hey, I'm looking at selling my pull behind sprayer, which is also a Fast Ag Solutions. And this one was a little bit more in my budget. I paid $12,000 for the sprayer. Now that is a little bit more than what you see these going for on Facebook. However, it is beautiful. It is probably one of the best well-maintained 7416 sprayers. This is, I think, a 2005 model that I've ever seen. Usually when you see these on Facebook, usually the cradle for the tank is all rusted out. Usually the boom is all rusted out. But I mean, this boom is in excellent condition. There's a little bit of surface rust here and there, but usually the paint is just gone on these things. There's a couple other things I really like about this sprayer. To start off, we have 15-inch nozzle spacing rather than 20. For a lot of these herbicides that are now contact herbicides, such as Liberty, having as much contact as you possibly can improves the kill rate a lot. So having 15-inch spacing, there'll be a little bit more overlap to the nozzles, which I personally think will help a fair amount, especially with chemicals like Liberty. And secondly, it has a 1,600 gallon tank, which for my single person operation is kind of a big deal because I don't have someone to tender me. So my furthest away field is about 10 miles away from the shop here, and it is 72 acres. And typically the most I spray is 20 gallons per acre. So what is that, like 1,440 gallons that I would need to do it all in one tank? And being that I have a 1,600 gallon tank, I can fill up the sprayer here, I can drive it out to the field, spray it, and come back and not have to fill up again, which to me is a lifesaver. The only field I'm gonna have to fill up on is the field that I bought last year, which is about a half mile away behind this grain bin right here. And if I need a refill there, I just drive the half mile back here. It's not that big of a deal. It also has new tires, or not new, but really nice tires on it. I know they said they were repacked. They repacked the bearings, I think every year or quite often. My uncle's a very good caretaker of equipment, so I'm very confident in the sprayer. The only thing right now that isn't ideal for me is it is set to an 80-foot boom. And because I have a 30-foot planter, I won't be able to drive on the tire tracks. But the sprayer did come with the original 90-foot boom extensions. So here is the 90-foot boom extensions. These things are gorgeous because they've been sitting in a shed for the last, I don't know, probably 10 years or so. I guess I didn't even ask him how long he owned it for. But that is the goal of today, is to get the 80-foot booms switched over to 90-foot. I think my dad should be coming back here in a little bit. And we are going to see if we can get this thing tackled in a couple hours. So before we get taking the sprayer apart, gosh, my hair is doing this like sad high school boy thing. I don't like it. Anyways, like I said, it's a 20-year-old sprayer. I think it's a 2005 model, but it's very simple and I love it. So we got agitation on-off valves down here, rinse on-off. So we do have a rinse tank as well. We can switch it from the main tank, or this is just a suction. What is this? Okay, this just turns suction on and off. From the main tank, it does have suction control with an old Raven 440 or 450 monitor. So we got 3 sections. I believe once I switch it over to 90 foot, it'll be 3 30-foot sections. Just, like I said, not controlled automatically. Just got the little flip switches on the Raven 440 harness. And it does have solenoids right here to control fence row nozzles, which are actually section control 5 and 6. But the plumbing has been removed and the nozzle has been removed and the wiring's been unplugged. So I'm gonna have to do a little research into that probably later in the year when I actually do post herbicide. So I would love to have a fence row nozzle, especially one that I could control with like a rate. That'd be really cool with a rate controller. Other than that, some stuff that stayed the same. I do know the new fast sprayers, some of them have an auto unfold function, but if you don't get the auto unfold function, the switch box for folding and unfolding hasn't changed at all, which I think is fantastic because these are simple and they work well. I'll maybe see if I can start taking some stuff apart before my dad comes and becomes a 2-man operation here. I'll get it unfolded, back it up to the shop. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have the hydraulics backwards. I think it needs to go that way. Oh, okay. Left wing needs to go up. Right wing needs to go up. No. I need to hold it. It's a 2-hand operation. What we got going on over here? Okay, hold this back. Right wing up. Left wing up. We want the main wings into field mode. There we go. Now it's unfolding. So I'm pretty sure this is a section right here we need to take off from here to the breakaways. I'm gonna go look at the booms again, just double check to make sure. But I'm gonna see if I can grab a forklift and take off. What's all holding this on here? Okay, basically I gotta take this shock off, gotta take this pin out, and then I should be able to remove the breakaway, and at least I can get that done before my dad gets here and helps me with this section, which we gotta unhook the cylinder from inside, and then we gotta take this pin out. So I don't quite know how we're gonna do the cylinder because obviously it's all blocked off right there. We might need to unfold it part way and then have a skid steer or two, or a skid steer and a forklift or something to get that apart. Now for sure, I'll start on this end. Here's a little solenoid I was talking to you guys about. You can see pressure from the boom comes up here, goes through the solenoid. Now the wiring is still here, it's just disconnected. And then this little hose just goes to right here and it's blocked, but would typically go all the way to the end. And there'd be a little nozzle sticking out at an angle right here, and that would spray your fence line. So first thing I gotta do is I gotta take this pin out right here, and the other side had a cotter key, this side has a roll pin. So got the air hammer here, we're gonna take this thing, or try to take this thing out. I've always had a struggle with roll pins. And the other thing too is we have a broken hose reel for our air compressor. It doesn't stay, so you gotta take extra out, and then the locking mechanism is me standing on it. Oh, that came like right out. Having both the 80-foot boom and the 90-foot boom is actually kind of a big deal, especially in these older sprayers, for a couple of reasons. Number one, if right now I have a 30-foot planter, so I need either a 60, 90, or 120-foot boom in order to maintain my tram lines. But if I was ever to upgrade to a 40-foot planter or a 16-row, and I wanted to maintain my tram lines, I could swap this back to an 80-foot. Secondly, if I ever decide in the future that I want to upgrade sprayers, and I decide to sell this one, it is a lot easier to sell these sprayers if you have the ability, if you have both the 80 and 90-foot booms, because on these smaller farms, or typically the people that like to buy these, it could be a toss-up whether you have a 40-foot, a 30-foot, or a 60-foot planter. And yeah, just having both options is pretty nice. Makes it a lot easier to resell, makes it a lot easier for me to upgrade my other equipment in the future. I just wish it would have came 90 foot already, but that's okay. That is a-okay. Okay, roll pins out. Just curious how easy this pin moves with all the pressure still on it. Pretty easily. Okay, I know the sun's not in our favor right now for the video, but yeah, okay, I don't want to push it up any further until I get some support underneath it. If I had a second person here, I would just have them lift it, because that little thing's not that heavy, but I'm here by myself. I had to go travel to grab the skid steer, but I got it now. Gotta be getting pretty close. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to unhook the plumbing. Duh. Come on, get off of there. What in the heck is holding you on? Ugh. Oh, okay. Whew, I almost missed the boom. I almost missed the skid steer. There we go. Well, that's one side off for the end of the boom anyways. Breakaway. So I've gotten both breakaways taken off. Now we gotta get this next section of boom off. I'm looking at the plumbing here. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just gonna take all the plumbing off beforehand and leave it all connected over here. Just let it dangle. Because then when I put the new section of boom on, I can just reconnect all this plumbing, and then I'll just have to extend it a little bit on each side, because we're adding, well, yeah, going from 80 to 94, adding 5 foot to each section. So I'll have to add a little bit of plumbing, but I think it'd be a lot easier if I just take this all off and just reattach it all right back on the new boom section. I should probably get in the cab, lower it down a little bit so it's easier for me to work on. Well, half of them just fell off for me while I was trying to get this one. There we go. Today's April 10th, and one tractor and field cultivator just went by, and when I went and picked up the skid steer a little bit ago, there's a tractor out working on the field too. So I'm guessing there's probably gonna be a little bit of soybeans getting put in here tonight and tomorrow. Not me, or my family. None of us are really ready yet, but looks like it might be happening. The big thing is too is that there's some cold rain coming, and if you had treated soybeans, it'd probably be okay to plant it, but I don't know if I'd plant untreated soybeans, and I do not have treated soybeans, so I'm gonna wait a little bit yet. But yeah, a tractor just went by about a minute ago. Kind of interesting. So, got all the plumbing off. I think, well, I gotta get this boom extension stuff off the end here yet, but I think my plan is I'm gonna lift it like at a 45-degree angle, maybe not quite that far, just so I can get to the cylinder in here. I'm gonna unhook that. I'm gonna put the skid steer underneath it over here so that way it doesn't fall back down. Retract the cylinder back into the wing, put it back down with the skid steer, take the pin out, and then get it out of here with the skid steer. Do that to both sides, and then basically do that in reverse with putting them back on. So you know, put it on here, put the main pin in, lift it up the skid steer, push the cylinder out, connect it, and then, yeah, I think that's about the only way I'm gonna do it. And my dad's not here yet, so we're gonna attempt to do this by myself. Okay. I got the punch stuck in there. Okay. Now theoretically, if I go on the other side of the skid steer and give it a little tug, the boom should fling out, but it should be free. Look at that. All by myself. Yeah. Oh, it's also getting extremely hot out. Started this morning with a winter jacket on. Now I'm down to a t-shirt. Someone to lift up on it while I push the pin in. I don't want to use the skid steer because the skid steer's gonna lift the whole thing. I need it to pivot. Actually, you know what I'm thinking about doing? Doing it in opposite order. Pushing the cylinder out, connecting that pin, pulling it in, and then I can probably use the skid steer to pivot it. That's a thought. Let's give that a shot. Let's give that a shot. Okay. Okay, now where did I put that cotter pin that was in there? Oh, there it is. Need this. Okay, I'm gonna use a hydraulic cylinder to pull that back in carefully, and then see if I can get that top pin on. I should probably put these stops in there first. think I can get it in if I really try. Once again, I needed 2 people to maneuver that around in there. I need hearing protection. Ah, I put the pin in backwards. No! Grinder. Where's the bolt? Well, got the booms put back on. My dad came for about 5 minutes, helped me out. Got a couple pins in, but now I'm just gonna put this plumbing back on and then see what I need to buy to just finish it up completely. And then I should be able to run water through it. Be ready to go to the field. A couple days have gone by and I made a trip to Fast Ag Solutions this morning at their farm in Mountain Lake to get some parts. Got the necessary hardware and then the hose as well. We're gonna put this thing back together so that way we have a full 90-foot sprayer. And also, I was taking some stuff apart and I got one fitting looks like I need to replace here too, because it looks like a melted crayon. I don't know what happened to this thing. I'm amazed this didn't leak. My dad doesn't have a whole lot of 3/4 inch stuff here in his sprayer fittings drawer, but he does have one, and one is all I need, hopefully. You can tell it's springtime because my phone is dead, because I've been helping all my customers set up their GPS receivers this morning. So far I've only had one issue, and that was with my brother. My brother's planting about a 1/4 mile away right over there, and for some reason I think the Minnesota Coors network had a blip and I just switched them over to Iowa and all is well. But I don't know if it's something with my account because I haven't had any other customers call me. And if Minnesota Coors was having an issue, you would think that I would be getting a bunch of phone calls right now. But welcome to technology, right? But yeah, easy fix. Went over there, switched them over to Iowa, got her done. There's a few planters starting to roll around now. I haven't started yet. I got a little bit of time, but I can see 2 from where I'm standing. Well, the percent chance that that camera stays there is about 0. Let's see how long we get lucky for. Hey, Jason. What?
Read about you. Google famous now. It's an interesting concept.
It is. He works for my dad and my brother. So I took all of my uncle's nozzles off the sprayer boom, and I'm gonna put on mine now. Fill this thing with some water in it, and I do think I'm going to use a 4230 for spraying my pre-emerge. I was not originally planning on doing that, and I'm getting a phone call. So back to what I was saying, I think I am going to use a 4230 for spraying, at least here for the pre-emerge chemical, because my tractor will be hooked up to the planter. My dad, usually the 8410T is open in the spring, and he lets me kind of use that if I need it, but he has these 2 soybean drills right here. The back one's actually for sale. That's the one that we used a couple years ago to replant a bunch of soybeans. Paid for itself year 1, which is really nice, but he found a different one they liked a little bit better. So he's gonna actually try and plant some, like an actual field of soybeans with this thing this year, maybe 2. So the 8410T is gonna be connected to this when I need to spray. So that either leaves me with unhooking my tractor from the planter or trying to use a 4230, which might as well try it. It's sitting here. I was told I can use it as much as I want. It's actually pretty nice 4230. I mean, it's all original. I mean, it could use a polish, but I think it has what, like 5,800 original hours? Yeah, 5,845 original hours on a 4230. So we're gonna see if this has enough hydraulics to run the rate that I need to do, at least for pre-emerge, until the 8410T gets disconnected from the drill, and then I'll probably hook onto that, because my tractor will go to the row crop cultivator. I also don't like pinch rows. I try, up till now, I've been able to do everything on 120-inch tram lines, but I'm gonna have to have some pinch rows with this, because those are set to 120 inches. My big tractor's set to 120 inches. This is set to 90 inches. So, but this tractor doesn't weigh much, and it's set to 90 foot, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But in the future, I'd really, really prefer not to have any pinch rows. Anyways, I run the T-Jet AIXR nozzles, air inducted nozzles, and their spraying chart for those nozzles, that's the universal one, but the actual spraying chart is set up for 20-inch spacing. So I found the T-Jet Universal 15-inch spacing one. I need to do 10 gallons per acre. I would like to be able to hit 8 miles per hour and have around 30 PSI, I suppose, because I don't need that fine of droplets for pre-emerge. So I have O2s and O4s. So at an O2 at 10 gallons per acre, at 7 miles per hour, I'd be about 40 PSI, which would probably work. If I do the O4s, if I want to do 10 gallons per acre, I'd have to be doing about 12. So we're going to try the O2s. If I have to slow down a little bit, I have to slow down, I guess. But we'll see if we can make 7 miles per hour work at 10 gallons per acre, and that'll be about 30 to 34 PSI. And of course, I don't have any of these yellow ones set up yet. So I guess let's get busy. Six. Seven. 68. 69. Okay, so I need 73. I have 75. I have a couple extra. And now I gotta put rubber gaskets in all of them. 1, 2. Okay, got some water in the tank. I got all the electronics hooked up. I got the rate controller just kind of sitting here right now. I got the rates that I want put in. I got the new boom calibrations put in. Got the hydraulics hooked up. Let's see what happens. I think I got the boom going, or the hydraulics going the right way here. Okay. Oh, I need a self-test. Nothing yet. Let's go backwards. I see no reason as to why it's not working. I don't know what's going on. Pump's working, I have pressure, nothing's coming out of the booms. So, we have pressure coming to this pressure gauge, which the pressure gauge actually gets its pressure from back here behind the boom. So right here is where they got the pressure gauge coming off of. So we have pressure going to the manifold, but we don't have anything going to the booms, which the only thing separating the manifold and the booms is these electric valves. And I've seen one valve go out before, I've never seen 3 go out. So I don't have anyone here to help me. So I'm gonna put the camera back here and just go in the cab and flip the switch and see if I can hear anything through the camera video. If not, I have to replace 3 valves, which, yeah, like I said, I've replaced 1, I've never replaced 3. So I got my little electric tester here, and I took boom 5 and 6. I think one of them's on, one of them's off. I don't remember which one's which. But I just want to see if we're getting power to either of these things. See if it's like a wiring issue or a monitor issue, or if it's an actual issue with the valves. Okay, that one's not getting power. What about this one? One of them should be getting power. Neither of them are getting power. Oh, wait a second. I'm on the wrong side. I need to be on this side. My bad. Or it could be that I forgot to plug it in behind the tractor cab. I bet that's probably it. That would do it. Alright, camera's about out of battery. Let's give it one more shot. Turn the pump on. It's trying. I see some water. There it's going. We're spraying now. I just realized I forgot to pick up the camera and actually show the sprayer spraying, but it did. It was actually the 15-inch nozzles. It was so hard. Like, I couldn't tell it was spraying from the cab. I actually had to get out and look at it, walk behind it, but it was spraying. A couple little leaks here and there, but just gotta get some GPS mounted in here. Not for steering, just so I can see where I'm going, I can map. I think we're good to go. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.